Hey everybody, this is Loli Jane, Animal Communicator and Energy Healer from animals-speak.com, and you're listening to Loli Jane Animal Communication Podcast, the show that promises to open your mind and heart to the amazing world of animal communication, energy healing, and what I like to call interspecies therapy. Thanks for joining me. In today's episode, I'll be talking about how to prepare your pets before going on a trip. Whether you are going to leave your pets behind or take them with you, trust me, you won't want to miss this episode, especially if you're going on a vacation, taking a trip to visit friends or family, or travel for work frequently. First, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a certified international professional animal communicator and pranic energy healer, but I'm also a channeler, medium, empath, and teacher. I offer remote and in-person animal communication, whether they are alive or in spirit. I also offer pranic energy healing for trauma, injuries, pain, illness, disease, and behavioral and emotional issues for both humans and animals. For the humans, I can also provide spiritual guidance by channeling your angels and guides or innate body, and even do a past life regression. And if you've ever wanted to become an animal communicator, I teach animal communicator training workshops and provide one-on-one mentoring. Check out my website for workshop schedules at animals-speak.com or at mindbodyspiritworkshops.com. Whether you're traveling for leisure or an extended vacation, or going on a business trip or going to see friends or relatives, there are many helpful things you can do to prepare your pets to make it much easier on them. And as you already know, your pets get very, very uneasy even when you're pulling out your suitcase. Some animals will lay across your suitcase or even chew or mark or spray or urinate all over your suitcase or your clothes when you're packing. Other animals may even have major separation anxiety and start showing signs of stress or even panic when you're packing for a trip. The most important thing to address are ways to ease your pet's mind. Here's what I learned as an animal communicator: frequently addressing concerns from worried pet parents when they have to travel. I strongly recommend booking an animal communication session so I can directly communicate these things to your animal. But you can also do things to talk to your animal on your own. So you can talk to your animal out loud or silently. Remember, animals are telepathic and can hear your thoughts. So you don't have to talk to them out loud. Either way, you can choose to talk to your animals. You'll do this before ever pulling out the suitcase or packing. First, let's talk about taking trips and leaving your pets behind. So first, you can tell your animal where you're going, why you're going, how long you'll be gone, and when you'll be back. Those are 4 very important things to tell your animal. You can do this by saying the destination, but of course they're not going to know cities and towns and maps and all that stuff. But you can also send them an image. In other words, if you're going on an island getaway, for example, tell them you'll be relaxing on a beach and then send them an image of you laying on a beach, sipping on a pina colada. Tell them you are long overdue for some rest and relaxation, and tell them you'll come back much more relaxed. Your animal will greatly appreciate this. They're human, being less stressed. Oh my God, of course. They'll want you to go. They may even help you pack. In their mind, they're thinking, go human, go. You're a constant ball of stress. If you are going on a business trip, tell them or send them thoughts of an image of you flying in a plane with your laptop. They're not going to necessarily know what a plane is, but send them an image of you in a cushy seat flying on a plane with your laptop or working at a desk, and understand your animals may not be necessarily happy about this one because they already think you work too much. So let's say you're going to visit friends and family or attend a wedding or a funeral. Tell them first and then send an image of whatever you're going to be doing. Whatever it is, it's very important to tell them how long you'll be gone and when you'll be back. Animals do understand time. They do have a sense of time. They don't understand digital time, but they understand time in general terms. You can tell them, I'll be gone 3 days, or I'll return in a week and we'll see you as soon as I get back. And once you return, they will learn more and more to trust you, that you are gone and you're coming back and you say what it is that you have to say, and they will see that you're following through. So if you're a frequent traveler, you want to make a regular practice of talking to them before leaving on a trip. Next, you'll want to tell them who will be caring for them while you're gone. For example, tell them, Emma, the lady who has taken care of you before, will be taking care of you while I'm gone, and then send them an image of Emma, who they already know and they'll feel comfortable with. If it's going to be a stranger, just say this person is going to meet you and I trust them with you, or whatever it is. So if they're food motivated or food insecure, as we call it, food insecurity, tell them they're going to get fed, that they're going to get food and water on a regular basis, and they won't miss any meals. And make sure that the pet sitter feeds them at the regularly scheduled meal times, the same ones that you do. If the sitter is going to take them outside or to a park or on some kind of adventure, share this information with them and send them an image of the adventure, whether it's running on a hillside or going on a walk or going to a park or going to a lake or whatever it is. If the sitter is going to take them to their house, or even if they're staying in a pet hotel, send them an image of them having fun and playing with other humans and possibly other animals, depending on the situation. So many times when you share all these details with your pet, they may have their own questions. A lot of times when I talk to animals, they will give me a million questions about something that you have conveyed to them. So they may have questions and want more information and want to ask you things that they need. This is where I come in with animal communication, because you're not necessarily going to hear feedback from them. But if I'm talking to them, I'm going to hear all their questions and give them feedback and answer all of their questions. So it is really helpful to actually do a session with me. So how can animal communication help? Well, I can talk to animals directly using telepathy, and to make sure that they understand what you have told them about where and why you're going, when you'll be home, and about the caretakers and any other details. And I can also ask your animal if they need any more details or any more information about what you shared with them. They may have questions, like I mentioned, and oftentimes when I talk to them, they have many questions for the humans, and they want to know many more things about your travels. They may want more details about your trip. They may not like the pet sitter and prefer someone else care for them, or not understand what a pet hotel is, and they want more explanation as to what that is. They may have concerns about their welfare because of certain humans or other pets in the house. They may be wondering if they'll get fed on a regular basis or if they're going to go without food and water. Animals have many concerns about their care, especially if you're leaving. And I can answer whatever questions that they may have. I can provide them with the missing details, and I can assure them that they are going to be fed and cared for properly. And most importantly, I can find out what they need from you to feel at ease while you're gone. This is the $1,000,000 question. What they need from you to feel at ease while they're gone. I can also ask them if they would like certain comforts like bedding or toys or food. I can also ask, how do you feel about your person going on a trip and them staying behind? I can ask if there's anything they need to ease their stress and fears. I can also recommend certain essential oils and Bach flower essences depending on their species and breed and their fears. Next, let's talk about traveling with your pets. In this case, your pets will be accompanying you with the trip. And the first thing that you want to do is to tell and show your animal where you'll be going. Start by telling and showing them the destination. Next, you want to show them the mode of transportation. If they have been in your car, they will understand an image of car rides. You can send them an image of being in a crate or laying in the back seat or a pet carrier. If they are flying on a plane, they may not understand what an image of a plane is. Actually, I once did a session and they were going to fly the cat on a plane from California to Hawaii. I had to explain to the cat what a plane was and how it could fly like a bird. And to my amazement, I kid you not, the cat asked me if he'll need wings. And I just assured him that the wings came with the aircraft and he did not need his own. If they are going to fly in cargo, you want to talk to them about the process and tell them they'll be in a crate next to you and then they'll be put downstairs, but you will be with them the whole time, only upstairs. And when the plane lands, you will be reunited together. So, pretend it's an upstairs, downstairs, or like a 2-story house or something. Instead of explaining what cargo is to them, they're not going to understand that. So when the plane lands, you will be reunited together. And then tell them that they may feel pressure in their ears or body, but not to worry because you will be experiencing the same thing with them. Send them an image of this process. You can't avoid this because they are going to get really scared that they do feel that pressure from flying. So explain this to them. It's really important. If they're flying with you and that you have a carrier that's going to be placed under the seat for a small animal, explain the whole process with them and about the possible pressure in their ears. And usually when an animal is flying with you, of course, it's much easier for them. You are right next to them. You can ease their mind. If you have layovers, usually they'll unload your animal. You'll have to pick them up at this time. You can walk and feed them and give them water and then explain to them when you're ready to get back on the plane about the second part of the journey, and you'll see them when you land, when the engines stop, when they stop feeling the engines, because that's when they'll know that they landed. They don't know what landing is. They don't know the whole process of a plane. So how can I help as an animal communicator? In this case, I can ask all of the questions and get feedback, of course, from your animal. And I can ask how they feel about going on a trip with you or if they would rather stay behind. And you can get some interesting answers from that one. Next, I can find out, again, what they need from you to feel more comfortable about the journey and about traveling. And I can also recommend, again, essential oils and Bach flower remedies for traveling. That brings us to the end of this informative episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode on how to ease your pet's mind when traveling, as much as I love doing it. Be sure to subscribe for more amazing episodes. Book your animal communication session now or check out my upcoming workshops and classes on animal communication and mind, body, and spirit. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain, as well as opening your mind, heart, and spirit to your deep connection with your beloved animals. For more information, please visit my website at animalspeak.com, animals-speak.com, LoliJaneAnimalCommunication.com, or mindbodyspiritworkshops.com. Join us next week for episode 36 on relocating and moving your pets. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to subscribe, like, and rate us. And as always, love and gratitude for listening to the Loli Jane Animal Communication and Healing Podcast. This is Loli Jane. This podcast was created, produced, recorded, researched, and edited by Loli Jane, and this is a product of Loli Jane Animal Communication and Healing. That is beautiful and amazing to hear that we have many horse friends on the other side. And please subscribe to my monthly newsletter for specials, classes, workshops, events, and the latest podcast. You can listen to my podcast called Loli Jane, Animal Communication and Healing on Apple, iHeart, Spotify, Amazon, Audible, YouTube, Buzzsprout, etc. Join us next week for episode 35 on what to do with your pets before going on a trip. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to subscribe, like, and rate us. And as always, love and gratitude for listening to the Loli Jane Animal Communication and Healing Podcast. This is Loli Jane. This podcast was created, produced, recorded, researched, and edited by Loli Jane and is a product of Loli Jane Animal Communication and Healing.